Hi, my name is Mary, and I am a volunteer with AARP Nebraska. AARP has invited Aging Partners of Lincoln to share with us some exercise sessions that we can all participate in to keep us in shape, limbered up, and healthy during our stay-at-home vacation. Our three-part series on exercise can be viewed from our AARP Nebraska Facebook page live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time during the first 3 weeks of January. After each event, you will be able to find the recorded segments that we have aired on our AARP Nebraska Facebook page. Throughout our 3-episode series, we are going to be working out with Tracie Foreman, who is the Community Health Educator with Aging Partners Health and Fitness Program, who has been working with adults over age 60 for more than 30 years. Tracie is a certified Tai Chi and Qigong instructor, as well as a certified personal trainer for older adults. She is also an evidence-based facilitator with federally funded programs, including Stepping On, Diabetes Self-Management, Pay Attention to Fall Prevention, and Living Well with Chronic Conditions. Our first session we are showing today is Building Core Strength. As we age, it is important to keep our center or core muscles strong. These are the muscles that help keep us upright. They help us to turn our head from side to side, raise our arms and legs, and rotate our spine. Lifetime independence can be achieved with regular practice of these simple core movements. If you are watching and working out with this segment, please post a comment, like, or share this page so that your friends can watch and participate too. Now let's get started by meeting Tracie Foreman with Aging Partners in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Tracie Foreman with Aging Partners. I want to say thank you to AARP for having me here today to kind of show you what Aging Partners does with our older adult community. We know that fitness is vitally important for good health and for independent aging. So thanks for joining me today. We're going to work on our core strength because our core muscles are so important when it comes to keeping us upright, keeping us so we can continue to reach and bend our knees, get up and down out of a chair. And really those core muscles are what help us to maintain our independence. So let's get into a comfortable chair, but a solid chair. We don't want to do these exercises from a recliner or a rolling chair, something solid that does not rock or move. So finding a comfortable position on that chair right in the center with your feet wide and flat on the floor. Let's go ahead and pull those core muscles up. So in other words, I'm talking about bringing your rib cage off of your stomach here. When we're at a computer, we do a lot of this, but to engage our core muscles, we need to pull up into our core here. Let's start with just a couple of simple breaths. So let's breathe down into our lower abdomen, which actually engages those lower abdominal muscles, which are part of the core. So inhale through your nose. Feel those muscles working in your lower abdomen as you engage with the inhale. Then bring it up through the diaphragm and into the chest. Might feel your back muscles working here. Now exhale through your nose. Feel those muscles relaxing. Let's do that again. Inhale, lower abdominal muscles working. Come up through the diaphragm and into the chest. Exhale down. Very nice. Let's just do some warm-ups here. We'll start with our shoulders. Let's push one shoulder forward and then bring it back. And we'll push the other shoulder forward and bring it back. Just doing a little bit of warm-up for our back muscles, our shoulders, and our abdominal area. Pushing forward and bringing it back. Now let's just round those shoulders forward and then pull them back. Keep your breath moving. Important as you're doing these exercises to keep that breath moving in and out, using our nasal breath in through the nose and out through the nose. As you inhale, pull those shoulders back, and as you exhale, round and drop your head. Inhale, head comes up, pull back, and exhale, round, come forward. Inhale, bring your hands up and rest on your knee. All right, let's go ahead and move now into a spinal twist. We know that that spine not only keeps us upright, but gives us the flexibility to move side to side. So let's raise one arm up on the inhale, and on the exhale, we'll move into a twist, reaching to the outside of the opposite knee, and then turning to look over your shoulder. Keep your breath moving, nice and easy. Now let's inhale back up with that arm and exhale down. You can rest that arm on your knee. Let's do it on the other side. Inhale. Exhale into a twist. Push against that knee and look over your shoulder. Now bring it back. Inhale up. And exhale down, rest your hand on your knee. Bringing your knees wide, we're just gonna rock into the pelvic area here, moving on our sits bones here as we come forward and reach with our head. Now you're gonna feel a little bit of work in your hip area and in the top of your legs into that hip flexor. And then we're gonna rock back. Engage those abdominals as you push back. So you wanna be away from the back of the chair so you have room to move forward and back. Forward and back. Reach out there with your head now, forward. And then just drop your chin slightly as you push back. Keep your breath moving, inhale. And exhale, rock back. Now let's come back to neutral position, and this time we're gonna cross our arms. So bringing those back muscles in to kind of stabilize that core, and let's bring it forward. So what we're doing is kind of a seated crunch here, and rock back, lifting our heels slightly forward, and rock back. Reach it out there, forward, rock back. And if you can do at least 8 to 10 of these, we won't do quite that many today, but do what you can do, and if you can do 20, that's great too. So this is strengthening your abdominals and your back muscles. And go ahead and release that down. Very good. Now let's come out toward the front of our chair, and we're gonna start to work into our legs a little bit. And all these muscles, from the quad muscle into the glute muscle, all attach into the hip and back. So let's go ahead and just start with a simple lift of that leg. We're rocking back on our sits bones, and then we're gonna lower it down. This works on pelvic mobility and hip flexibility. Raise up and lower down. Rock back, raise up, and lower down. And you'll feel that muscle engaging at the top of your leg, that quad muscle, lower down. Then that flexor that runs right across the top of your leg, you should feel that working a little bit too. Lift up and down. Now, in most fitness centers, they would tell you that a complete set is 12 to 15 reps. So whatever you can do, we always say if you can start with 5, work up to 8, move to 10, and then 12 to 15. So you get stronger as you do these exercises. Okay, now here's a great one. I love this one because it really stretches your back. Plus it works into your core muscles, that complete wrap here of all of those core muscles. So we're gonna do what's called a torso circle here. Reaching the crown of your head out as you come forward. Reach it out And then as you come up, lean back and engage those abdominal muscles. So big torso circle here. Feels good on your back too. Nice big circle. Now let's switch our direction, reach the crown of your head out there, rock forward, and then rock back, working on pelvic mobility and hip flexibility here also. Now from this seated position again, I'm going to have you just lift on one side, lift one side off, working into your glute muscles here, and then the other side. So we're rocking again on our sits bones, working on pelvic mobility and hip flexibility, just rocking side to side. And one more. One of the greatest exercises that you can do to build core strength is called sit to stand. And so I want to show you this exercise, and the proper way to get out of a chair is nose over toes. So a lot of times we have a tendency to lead with our stomach here and push up, but what I want you to start to practice is crossing the arms, or if you have arms on your chair, you can use those for assistance, or hands on the knees, but if you can, cross at your chest here. Be sure you have something to hang on to if you have balance issues. We're going to come forward, nose over toes, and slowly rise up and come to a standing position. That's sit to stand. Now you always want to be sure your chair's behind you. So step back until you touch that chair. Make sure it's there. Lead with your rear end. Now you can really feel the work in those leg muscles when you do this one. Plant your feet firmly, a little more than hip distance apart. Rise up. See if you can do 5 of these. That's our second one. Here's third. You might feel your heart rate going up just a little bit because we are really working our heart with this one. Power up and sit down. Ideally, we'd like to see you do 10 of these a day if you can. So just practice, work at it, and that's called sit to stand. That's a great one to build your core strength. So let's go ahead and extend now one leg forward. Just pulling your leg out, heel down on the floor, and toe points up at the ceiling. We're going to engage these quad muscles here as well as that flexor by raising that leg up and rocking back slightly. You can feel the lower abdominals engaging when you do that. So there's our second one. Keep your breath moving. So important to keep breathing in any kind of exercise that you're doing. Let's go ahead and set that leg down. Other one. Heel is down, leg forward, toe points up at the ceiling. You can feel the stretch in the back of the leg when you do this one. So keep raising. 2, 3, and one more, 4. Now, one of the things I'm going to have you do is an opposite stretch or a static stretch. So go ahead and put one leg out and bring the other arm up and stretch. Reach it up there. Stretch that leg out and reach up high. You can feel the work all the way down to your toes and up through the fingertips here. Really working into those back muscles. Keep your breath moving. Stretches should be held for at least 5 to 30 seconds. So let's stretch on the other side. Take that leg out, reach up, and really stretch it out there. Doing an opposite side stretch here, or a static stretch. Feel the movement. That feels good. Keep your breath moving. Very nice. Now I'm going to have you move to a standing position here. So let's lean forward. Remember, nose over toes when you're getting out of a chair. So tuck your heels back a little bit under your knees. And you can either put your hands at your chest or on your knees. Come up, raise up slowly, and come back. Okay, let's move to the side of our chair and hold on. We're going to do something called side raises here. So holding on to your chair, just raise up slightly with your leg and lower down. Raising up and down. Now we're working into our hip here, but all of these muscles attach into the glutes and the low back. Pull it up, nice and easy. Not very far off the floor, and you don't want to bend into it. You want to keep upright. Raise and lower. And one more time. Raise and lower. Let's go ahead and step to the other side of our chair. And we'll do it on the other side. Raise and lower. These all seem pretty easy, but if you practice these on a regular basis, you'll start to notice a difference in your core strength and your ability to get up and down out of a chair. You can practice that sit to stand several times a day to build your core strength and your leg strength. Okay, let's do with our legs slightly apart here. We're going to do a forward bend. So this is a tremendous core builder because it engages all of your back, your abdominal muscles. Going to work into our legs a little bit here. So with your arms forward, let's go ahead and start to drop down forward. Feeling your back muscles starting to stretch here. Lower those arms down, and if you need to hang on, go ahead and do that. So letting the weight of your head and arms pull you down. Now we're going to rise up one vertebrae at a time, very slowly. And bring your hands back now to your hips. Soften your knees and we'll push back now. Not very far, dropping your head into that little cup you've created with your shoulders here. Pushing back. Keep your breath moving. And let's go ahead and come back. We're doing this very, very slowly. This is called a reverse stretch, but it really forces the work into those abdominal muscles and your back muscles. So let the weight of your arms and your head pull you down. And come up again slowly, one vertebrae at a time. This is a great stretch if you're feeling some tightness in your low back. Bring your hands back, top of your hips, soften your knees, and push back slightly. Okay, let's loosen up some of those core muscles just a little bit by just doing kind of a twist here, working into our spinal area and twisting, just letting your arms relax and flopping them around at the sides. Flopping those arms. It's a nice stress reducing exercise too. Okay, keeping your knees soft. Let's reach forward with our arms. Head is soft and slightly bent forward. As you close your hands and pull back, stand up. And now let's go ahead and do this and incorporate the breath. Inhale and pull back. Exhale and push forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale.